Yeah. So good morning. My name is Keita Mori from SandBio. Really, I think thrilled to be here. I think it's really appropriate that we have this regenerative medicine track. I've been hearing lots of, I think, exciting stories this morning, big acquisitions, clinical data, and really, I think, innovating, I think, technology that just Anton just presented. I think it's just, I think the field is really, I think, getting momentum, and I really enjoy being here today. SandBio, so we think in terms of, I think, what we have in our product pipeline and technology, we have a bone marrow-derived regenerative cell medicines. That's what we're betting. We have actually 3 product candidates that are distinct. And so that's, what our portfolio is. I'm going to talk about the one on this side, SB623. This one is now in phase 1/2 for stroke recovery. So this is sort of the key features of a product profile, and I hope to sort of position a product and map it into the industry, what's going on. So first, I mentioned about bone marrow-derived cells, and secondly, it's important that we are betting on allogenic cell approach. I think there's pros and cons. We like to make a big business as well as helping millions of patients and trying to really make a difference to the patients that are suffering and right now has no cures or no treatment. In terms of the stroke area, we are betting on treating chronic stroke. We believe that, the beauty or the advantage of using stem cells is that it could do a lot more than small molecules. And I'll have some data later on. But this is, I think, where the stem cells really play a key role. And, these are patients that are disabled, wheelchairs or, walking canes. And we like to help these patients. And I think we think the stem cells can do this. And also within the chronic stroke, we take an approach of a direct injection into the brain. We believe that's the most effective way to deliver the therapeutic into the area that's needed. And we also, have data and experiences that this procedure is very safe. So that kind of, I think, hopefully gives you the where we are trying to bet on. So bone marrow, allogenic, chronic stroke, and direct injection. Mechanism-wise, I think many of the presenters have already presented paracrine effect rather than cell replacement. We also, I think our data also tells that the mechanism is the paracrine or the trophic. So this just shows allogenic. So I think like Reneuron, I think who presented before us, we are going to approach of the allogenic and different from some of the competitors. This slide shows the focus on chronic stroke. Our patient population is patients who had stroke a month after stroke. So these patients are usually in the wheelchairs or, walking disability, and they do not have any treatment. Their rehabilitation has already plateaued, and these patients, need really something to help them out. In order to justify going into stroke, chronic stroke, we created a chronic stroke in rat model. And the key thing is we wait 1 month after making the middle cerebral artery stroke to make sure that these stroke rats have a disabled and severe deficits that are sustained. So that's what we treat. And this is the outcome. I think this is, very dramatic, I think, improvement. What this shows is a motor improvement. This is a test called elevated body swing test. We pick up the rats by tail, and the rats go to left and right, and we measure or count which way they move. Healthy rats go to right and left 50%, so that's 50 is the 50 over there is the perfectly healthy rats. Then once stroke happens, they only move to one side. And we wait 1 month, that persists. And then at this point, we administer a stem cell product, and we see a tremendous, I think, recovery of functions, going almost back to normal walking, left and right. And again, I think this is something that I have never seen using small molecules, and this is where stem cells, regenerative medicine really can make a difference. Mechanism-wise, I think many of us have already touched on this, but just hit just the category. We believe our product works through 3 categories of mechanism. Trophic effect that are useful in neuroregeneration. Secondly, extracellular matrix, and we have data demonstrating our product enhances the neurite outgrowth or recruitment of neural stem cells. And then another third component is inflammation or modulation and trying to control the inflammatory conditions within the brain. And again, the advantage of using, product like stem cells is that the product can provide all of this in one administration. So now we are in clinical in the U.S. We have 2 sites. We have Stanford and University of Pittsburgh, pioneers in this field of stroke cell therapy. And we also have corporate partners collaborating and funding the trials in the North America and Japan. So I think we've been very having good, tractions from the pharma companies, I think based on, everything that I mentioned, allogenic, bone marrow, etc. Study itself, I think here, study design. This is the product profile, bone marrow derived, focusing on chronic stroke. We go direct injection. 18 patients is the number that we treating. So the study itself is mainly focusing on safety, but these are all patients. And how we try to design this study is that this chronic stroke segment of patients gives us a nice, stable line to measure from. So the deficits for each patient is stable, and we are very interested in measuring how much improvement our product can provide and help these patients. And stroke is a very important, disease and indication for us. But we do have a number of other indications, opportunities. The ones that are in blue, we have positive and promising animal data, recovery of functions in retina, spinal cord, Parkinson's, traumatic brain injury. So we'll be pushing these indications along into the clinic as well as soon as possible. And just this is probably the last slide. I'd like to put our product into the sort of product concept. This is an audience who's interested in regenerative medicine. So this innovative product addressing unmet medical needs probably is common to everybody, I think, in this audience. And I think that's what, as an industry, regenerative medicine tries to accomplish. And I think we're very proud that we are developing product to address unmet medical needs and in a very innovative way. Specific to our product, I think everybody has, their ideal. We believe that we have a very commercially ideal product for 2 reasons. One, it's allogenic, highly scalable, and then bone marrow derived, which is safe, and also very much a lot of experiences in the clinical and patient community. And we have done a very conservative calculation of the sales and peak sales. And just stroke alone, it's $3.5 billion. So even with a conservative estimate, we can go, and it's a claim to be a blockbuster product. And I guess I don't need to show this, but I really think I made this maybe slightly last night, but I think after hearing all the, presentations today, I am more confirmed that timing is now. I think momentum is here, and I think we can really, help the patients and make really a big difference in the patients that are suffering. And just as a reminder, this is sort of how our strategy and how we position. Thank you.